Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Retro Trailer Reactions here on the It's a Wonderful Podcast YouTube channel. Subscribe, ding your notification bell up there right now before we even start this week's RTR, as we like to call them, Retro Trailer Reactions. It just finished, did 90s Action November, Jeannine, on this, on Morgan Hasn't Seen. Which you can find, of course, on the It's Wonderful podcast feed, wherever you do get your podcast. We ended with Last Action Hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Great meta situation going on there. We say it's ahead of its time, Jeannine. Will this trailer feel like it's ahead of its time, or will it feel typically 90s? Who's to say? We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this story's a bit complex, so I'm really curious to see how this trailer condenses that story down into, a understandable kind of quick-paced preview. So yeah, there's a lot going on with the story, a lot of meta interesting layers. So I'm curious to see how they advertised it.
I would think it might be safer for them to not really go too much into the actual story at all. Maybe leave you with the base concept.
Yeah.
And just have you showing cool things from there.
Yeah. Could get sucked into movie and hijinks ensue.
I'm expecting that, to be honest with you, from this trailer. You don't need a plotty trailer. There's nothing ever good in a plotty
Yeah,
trailer.
you want to leave things open for people to, be enticed and intrigued. So
yes, you certainly do. Let's have a look then.
Yes, very
the
curious.
trailer for Last Action Hero. Where are we? We're there. Let's click the right button.
Negotiations with the madman known as the Ripper have totally broken down, and there is no word on the hostages.
Police have surrounded the ground floor, and the SWAT teams are moving into position.
Oh my God!
Is that getting larger? It is.
It is.
I thought something had gone wrong.
Oh my gosh, it's like coming out of the screen.
Yeah. Good effect.
Yeah.
This may be the hostage negotiator police we're talking about.
Slater! You may remember Detective Slater from an earlier story. He is notorious in police circles for his unusual tactics and...
Don't even think it, Slater! You hear me?
Nonetheless, Slater is known throughout the city as someone who gets the job done.
Then you go in there, and it's your badge!
Hello, Arnold. How are you?
Oh.
He's gonna come out.
Oh my gosh. He sees us.
Not yet. Come back later.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Last Action Hero, the big ticket for '93.
Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Wow. Week to week, these trailers have been quite a surprise and defied expectations. So this definitely
is a very striking trailer. I think it's bold. It's trying a totally different style.
Yes, and it's not giving us any story. It's giving us the tone of self-awareness, but that's about it.
Yeah. But just that slow zoom in almost.
Yes, and having like elements of the screen come out into our screen, like the smoke and the spotlight. Yeah.
Yeah. Arnold direct address to us
looking
then.
at us. Yeah.
Saying, come back later, get your tickets now, slamming the door shut, almost slamming the camera shut. Very nice. It did say theatrical trailer, so I imagine that was shown before the movie's actually at. Well, that's when you would go and see trailers, I suppose, in the 90s, wouldn't it? It was the only place you saw trailers unless you were on TV, I suppose. TV spots, different trailers, but proper trailers.
Yeah.
You don't just get them on your phone in the early 90s. That doesn't happen in the slightest. But no, I like that. I like that.
Wow,
what a different choice to have there. I've really liked the unexpectedness, I think, of these 90s action trailers that we have
Yes, definitely not
looked at in the last
what I
couple of
think we were
weeks.
expecting for sure. Yeah.
Big fan of that. Big fan of that,
Yeah, and when he
definitely.
closes it, it's the gold ticket that we'll see in the movie because as we're doing this, you have not watched the movie yet.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
but the
Okay.
episode will be out by the time you watch this, so go check it out.
It certainly will. Yes, go and check out the episode we recorded on the last action hero. It was out this week on Morgan Hasn't Seen on the It's a Wonderful podcast feed. Find it wherever you do get your podcasts, of course, and subscribe over there as well. Subscribe, ding your notification bells here. Leave your likes, leave your comments down below. What did you think of that very interesting style of trailer? You almost wish more trailers took more risks like this.
Yes, this movie took a ton of risks and it did not pay off for it because it was just
But it should have done.
too before its time. But now
It should have
it's
paid off.
Yeah, brilliant.
It was worthwhile it paying off, I think, for it to gain the following I think the movie does have.
Yeah.
You know, some things thrive off cult followings, and I think this movie is one of them. You know, few things have to be successful at the time for them to somewhere down the line become appreciated. Look at one of my favorite of all time movies, Night of the Hunter.
Yeah.
Ensured Charles Lawton would never direct another movie. It failed that much and is one of the best movies ever made. It's phenomenal. There we go. You don't have to, you can take risks. They pay off, and it paid off in that trailer for me, Jeannine. There we go for this week's retro trailer reaction. We'll be back soon with another one as we move in to some holiday movies. I think, which is very exciting. They can often have a certain distinct style to them as well. You know, holiday Christmas movie trailers and things like that. So we'll see what comes from the ones we will be looking at in December. But there we go, Jeannine. There's only one thing left to do. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
Bye. Yeah. Slam.